Alright, I would like to remove rear door panel on this 2017 Hyundai Sonata. So we're going to remove this cover by the handle, which will have a screw, Phillips head screw. We're going to unscrew that screw, and then there's another screw that is holding this panel, which is inside of the door handle. It will have a cover. We're going to remove that cover and then remove those two screws. And you have to remove this corner piece of trim so it's not in the way. Also, when you remove the door panel, start from the bottom with trim remover, because there are a bunch of clips around so you don't break it. And then the way you're going to remove the panel is basically you're going to lift it up slightly once you are done with bottom and the sides, and door handle should be removed, and it will have two things holding it. So basically door lock, door handle cables, which is very easy. It just clicks and it just comes off. And then the power cord, which is at the bottom, same thing. It has little clip that you can just basically press on and you can remove it very easily. So once you remove the door panel, it's the next step would be basically to clean up around the frame of the door, because there are a bunch of glasses that got stuck after glass was broken. And you're gonna have to remove those two trim pieces that are sitting on the door, and maybe with your trim remover you have to remove that. And there's this little piece, the hole, that's where the glass bolt should come down, because we need to connect the door panel again to lower that glass holding bolt. Basically there's only one bolt that is holding to all the way to here, so we can unscrew that part. Before I get to this step, I want to remove this cover, and you would like to remove that as well, so you can clean up inside, and then we'll get to this. So there are basically all these bolts around. Make sure you don't remove the bolts for the speakers. So you're gonna remove these bolts, and once you get rid of all these bolts, basically remove all these bolts, you have to slightly lift it up so you're able to pull it slightly, because you're not going to remove it fully. It's not going to come out fully, and you don't want to pull it out fully. So you just will have this little room where you can see all the mess that needs to be cleaned up. And here you can see all those motor lines have piece of glasses. You need to wipe them off or somehow remove them all so it's not in the way, because when you lift it, it's gonna make a noise, and if it's on the way, it might get even stuck. So I'm gonna basically use my trim remover, door trim remover, to clean up around the frame. Once I'm done with cleaning, I'm gonna basically vacuum the bottom of the door panel. Basically that's where all those glasses are going to be dropped. And after vacuuming, after cleaning this bottom, so when you open and close your door it doesn't make any noise, then you're going to remove this bolt, this piece of basically glass holding plastic, because that's where our glass is going to sit basically. So you don't want to remove it fully, so the bolt has to stay there, because there's enough threads for the bolts to stay there. You're just going to remove this piece. After you clean up, put everything back in there. After you're done with this, you have to remove this side trim piece, which I'm going to do right now, which are held by two screws. And after that, I'm going to drop the glass. But before I drop the glass, I forgot to film this part. So basically there are three bolts. So this first one, you don't have to remove it fully. You have to just loosen it up and just push it all the way to the right, so your glass can basically go inside of that rail. And there's one in the middle, you have to remove it fully. And there's in the bottom, there's just little nut that you need to remove it as well. So basically only from these three bolts, only three are going to be removed, two are going to be removed. And then you're going to basically slide it in, and once you're sure that the glass is in the frame, you are going to basically tighten all the way the top, and then the center, and then the bottom, and then in the center you're going to tighten the glass itself, and then you're going to put the trim piece back. And once you are done from the outside trim piece, you're going to put the inside trim. And before you do that, you can definitely turn on the engine and basically power and plug in the basically, if you don't plug in the door panel, you're not able to control the glass. So you have to put all those trim pieces together and then connect the panel so you can test it out how it's working. If it's working smoothly, then you have done everything correctly. So that's pretty much it, and you're gonna put back everything together. And there's a little piece I forgot to put, so don't forget to put this one in there when you're done with tightening the glass itself. And basically putting it back, very simple. You're just gonna hang it on top and then put the clips in, and basically 2 screws back where you took it out, and that corner little trim piece, and that, just like that, this is it. So thanks for watching.